I don't know if you actually saw that, Dean, but I waited till the last second and I pressed the intro song, and you saw us for like literally a brief second, and then it went directly to it. I was like, I hadn't done that in months.
I did
That's
it.
what I
I
get for
did
waiting
not see
till
that.
1. I usually always push it at 3, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna push it tonight. And well, I pushed it. But anyway, welcome, good evening, and hello to all of you beautiful people out there. My name is Turmentic, and this is Let's Talk Metazoo monthly recap for August. We are joined as always by the beautiful, the amazing Metazoo Nation, Dean. Everybody give it up for Dean.
It's good to be back.
But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. August was a really, really busy month. Like I was we were talking about this before we actually started the live, and we were kind of surprised at how much stuff ended up on this list. So yeah, like we'll just jump right into it. If there's anything in particular somebody's interested in or something, of course, always leave a comment. We'll pull it up. We'll try to address most of that towards the end. But right off the bat, August, it's the birthday of Metazoo. It's the birthday month of Metazoo. So let's just go ahead and actually talk about the 3rd anniversary bundle that they actually dropped. And I actually came prepared today, and I have pictures. Look at that.
Woohoo!
So
look at that promo. Look at that promo, right? Man.
Well, I wonder what it actually does. But I don't think there's actually been a picture yet where we've been able to see the verbiage that's actually on the card. But just based off the other ones, I feel like it's going to be meta changing. I love that playmat, by the way, too. The ding bell is like amazingly cute. Plus,
it's like a what is it like? It looks like the Michelin Man. It's like a little puffy ding bell. It's so good.
The candles on the cake too, like just it's the little details. The candles on the cake actually being the set symbols. Like I really appreciate all of the little details. As far as I remember, and correct me if I am wrong, I believe the bundle actually came with the playmat, the promo, and then a bonus pack. I don't remember what they said was in the pack, if they even did say what was in the pack.
Comes with dice as well, doesn't it?
Maybe. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what the full bundle actually came with. I know, but the pack behind it though, I couldn't remember. I couldn't find anything honestly about what the bonus card or the bonus pack was from that either.
You know more than me. I always just, as soon as they drop something, I jump on. I'm like, buy 5, buy 10, check out, and then I just get on with my life.
And yes,
it's always it always drops at like a really random time for us in Australia. So I've always just got to randomly click.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Justice, and yeah, you actually can see the war logo on there as well, which is cool. Wayward's actually saying that they dropped the verbiage he believes. You think it's actually all 4th walls are active. That's brutal. If that's the case, all 4th walls are active.
Interesting.
I wonder. I wonder if that would include not like if you're in a professional setting, non-professional 4th walls that aren't normally you can't normally use.
Like, I'm trying to think of an example. What's one of those like
Charnel House Visit, for example, the preserved corpse.
Yeah.
You can't bring a preserved corpse or anything like that. Like it's not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not legal.
I mean, you can. You could probably if you're into taxidermy or whatever.
Well, no, I think it's like the difference between like there are certain ones when it comes to like the pro level, there are certain 4th wall effects that can't be activated, like magma, for example, and like Pie-Saw Bird.
Well, that's a good point. Like Wayward Caster, like Mother's Day is active, or it's October when it's not October. I guess things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be really interested to actually see some of the rulings on that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm an MZO now, so I can make those rulings.
Congratulations! That's right. You just passed your test this past week. I saw the name.
It's actually the first time I've ever done it. I've always been meaning to do it. I just haven't had the time to do it, and it just kind of slotted in this time. I was able to do it. So,
well, that's cool though too, because that means you can actually start holding like sanctioned events as well.
That was the main reason.
Actually, get mad and like crazy ELO points and stuff now. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was the main reason, to really ramp it up for everybody down here as well, to be able to provide, we provide fortnightly tournaments and stuff anyway, but real stuff.
Metazoo Nation MZO, that's great, Plum. I love that. That's great. To get a t-shirt made now with it.
Maybe I will.
Um,
Yeah, I will.
any other thoughts or anything on the 3rd anniversary bundle before we move on?
Just excited for it, man. I mean, the fact that it's their 3rd birthday is huge as well. 3
Oh
years.
yeah.
That's it. Like we've said it before, but they're well and truly over the hump.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me too though, because like again we're celebrating the 3rd birthday of Metazoo and people still compare it to like Magic and Pokemon and other stuff like that, and that's super impressive actually to me. The next one, we kind of talked a little bit about this on the July recap, and it was the Halloween tease. They brought it back up again. Andy specifically was talking a little bit towards the beginning of the month about how Halloween was going to get way cuter. We didn't really get any other sort of information about that or any sort of follow up, if that makes sense. I'm assuming that might mean that there's probably going to be some sort of that might be a precursor to like maybe the Sanrio set that we've been teased with, because
maybe.
they did.
I mean, did you think we're going to fit the Sanrio set in this side of the end of the year though? Like with Legacy, like fan arts this month, Legacy's next month, War's got to come in at some point, and the Halloween set. Like that seems like enough to get us to the end of the year. But I mean,
we're
I don't
getting
know.
something for Halloween though. Like they've already said that though. We are getting something. So, and I mean, originally I think it was supposed to be SCP, but because of Legacy and then War getting pushed back, I'm not sure exactly where SCP is falling now. But
are you connected? Are you connected to the Wi-Fi? Because you're lagging a little bit.
Oh, am I? No, I'm totally
I don't know.
I'm totally connected to the Wi-Fi.
All right, cool. I just remember last time that was happening. I just wanted to.
Yeah, that was my
Wanted you
fault.
to check.
I was dumb. I know. I double checked before we actually started. Actually, I was like, "Oh, I can't do that." I've done that like 3 times, and every time I'm like, "Why am I so fuzzy?"
Yeah.
But they did say that we are going to get something for Halloween, and then they showed us the cute picture of that. I just kind of immediately went to this. I guess the Sanrio collaboration that they teased us with, because they said that that SDCC was just the beginning of it, that there was going to be a smaller set, at least more of them. So
I feel like I saw like 80 card set, something like that.
See, I never saw a number, so I wasn't sure exactly. I knew it wasn't going to be a super big, like 167 core set or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I figured it might be something similar to like a Hero Quest, like the 60 to 80 range, maybe. That does sound a little. That does, now that I actually say that out loud, though, that does feel a little ambitious, actually, for this Halloween. Like a full 60 to 80 page set like that. That does sound a little ambitious. Not that they couldn't pull it off. But it's just like you're right. There is a lot going on right now, especially with like, we'll get to it too, like the whole online client and stuff like that later on this month stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm interested to get more information about the Halloween tease. There's honestly, besides showing the picture again, there's really nothing else to kind of speculate, because we don't.
It looks cute though, man. Like I love it. I love the way it looks. I'm into it. I've been chasing. While we're talking about Hello Kitty, the last week I've been hunting like all the Hello Kitty promos to finish the set. So like cuteness overload the last week. I only need the Hello Kitty one now. It's the only one left. So if anybody has one and can put me in touch with somebody, I got a gift for that person. So I'm
so jealous. I don't own a single one of them.
I'll tell you what, it was a grind. It was an absolute grind.
I bet, man. Next thing we were talking about is Andy being promoted to president of the company. So congratulations, Andy. What that means is El Presidente, I think, is what we've been calling him in the Discord. But what that pretty much means, as far as I gathered, is he is now mostly in charge of the day-to-day operations of Metazoo. Mike is still the person in charge of decisions, creative decisions, things of that nature. But Andy's taking more of an active role, and basically taking a lot of that off of Mike's shoulders, in essence.
Yeah, which I think is good. Like Mike's still the CEO, the buck stops with him, but Andy's running that day to day. I mean, he's always sort of been in charge of the product and product release and that stuff. So I guess sort of in official capacity, like, yep, this is the president, this is what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. And it means Mike can really focus on the IP, which is important. You know, you know that more than anybody else. We touch on it all the time.
And like that's something else too. I don't think a lot of people actually remember this, but Andy actually received the coveted crafter medal. He got it, I think, a year and a half ago or so. And it was mainly due to the products that he was basically in charge of, if I remember, and bringing them into fruition into the company. So it kind of makes sense. Logically, he would assume this role because, like you just said, it would allow Mike to take a little bit of a step back, know the company's in good hands, and be able to focus more on the rollout of the IP, because that is the next big thing that Metazoo is actually going to be doing. Is, well, I say that, but again, we're going to talk about it later. The online client is going to be like right up there with the IP rollout. So they got two really big like pivotal moments coming up here in the next, like, I want to say like 2 to 6 months, because the online client and the IP rollout, if it goes seamlessly, it's 100% going to put Metazoo on the map, and everyone would know pretty much what it is. Next, of course, I'm really excited about this. It's coming up actually in a couple weeks, but we're not going to talk about, well, we're talking about it for a little bit, but we're not going to go in depth until after it. But the Dark Tower, and look at the bundle. The bundle, they released this, I think it was second week of August. It actually comes with 2 of the caster packs, which were released for Flame for the first time. Comes with the playmat, the plush, which we'll go over here in a minute, the pin, the hat, the badge, the jersey. I actually just got my Flame bundle in today, and I had to open it to take a look at it, and I was stoked. So of course I had to buy one of these just because I need the hat, I need the playmat.
Those Dark Tower caster packs are going to be like highly sought after.
It honestly depends on what the card's in there. And if we're going to go over the fourth wall and everything like that here in a bit, if it's the cards that the Terras and the fourth wall are primarily more the fourth wall effects actually affect, I don't know how much those packs are going to go for. If it has
millions, $1 million.
If it has Indrid, if it has Wendigo, if it has the Cryptid Nation or the native Wendigo in it, like, I mean, yeah, those packs I think are gonna get pricey.
I mean, the Flame ones were relatively pricey, you know. So
I have 2 of them. I'm gonna open mine on stream, but I have 2 of them I got in the bundle. It was hard not to open them today when I actually was like, "Ooh, what's this? I can't. I have to save this for a live stream."
Yeah.
Something which was new this time with the bundles, and I thought was cool, was this is, I believe, one of 2 promos that you can actually get from ordering your tower bundle from a partner. That was something new. Like, there were a couple partners with Flame that opened it up to their communities. Were like, hey, I have a buddy that's going, or I have a friend who's a partner that's going. They can pick up my bundles for me. Do you guys want some? But this time it really seemed like Metazoo embraced that idea of opening up to, if a partner's going to the tower and they're like, hey, I have 5 bundles that I'm going to open up to you guys. I can pick them up. I can pick them up while I'm there. Who wants them? I mean, because that's how I got my bundle. I got my bundle from CNO, from TCG Island.
We get offered them, but like you said, you need to, like, you can't order them and have them shipped to you. You have to go there and actually pick them up, which is why, you know, I don't want to put any other partner out to make them go pick up like 20 bundles for me and then ship them all back to Australia. So I pass on them, unfortunately, but, you know, for the time being, it is what it is.
I just thought it was kind of cool. It was another way of Metazoo trying to like incentivize people using the partners as well. Because I know there are a couple partners who go religiously to every single one of these towers. The plush, we had the plush, of course, I'm excited about. It is awful. I don't know why. I think this might be one of the cutest Metazoo plushes they've ever released.
It looks like a devil chicken.
Do what?
It looks like a devil chicken. Like a little demon chicken.
So yeah, I'm excited to actually see that. I believe the pin is awful as well. I can't remember though, and I can't really see the picture that well. Let me actually pull up my other phone real quick, and I can actually zoom in.
Where is the pin? I don't
Oh
even know
no,
if there's
it's
a pin
not.
in
It's
that image.
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman, right?
It's
Cool.
Chibi Boogeyman. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I should have known that. I should have known that. That was good. So that's the pin, and they're all numbered, I believe, out of 250. So yeah, Chibi Boogie. Oh, that's super cute. I'd forgotten completely about Chibi Boogie being on there. So yeah, anyway,
Love
I'm
a
stoked to
Boogeyman.
actually get the actual bundle. I'm stoked to actually for Dark Tower for actually being there. Like I can't wait.
You've been planning this and talking about this literally since the announcement.
I mean,
literally.
oof.
And what's the one thing you need to bring back from there for me this time that you didn't last time you went? There it is. He knows.
Right there.
He knows.
I'm actually thinking about maybe trying to go up a day early just so I can hit the museum up, because I kid you not, and this is a good for anybody that's actually coming. If you want to get into that museum, or if you want to even touch the shiny hiney, be prepared to stand in line for at least 2 to 2.5 hours. It might only be an hour and a half for the Mothman statue, but it's going to be a solid 2 hours to get into the gift shop and the museum proper itself.
I absolutely love that you guys just get around like the whole story of the Mothman for this event. Like it's just crazy, man. Like we don't have anything like that down here. So it's so cool to see.
Well, I love it's crazy to me too, because like if you go back and actually watch the Point Pleasant video that I made last year, I didn't know going like to when I went there to actually do all the research for it. I didn't know anything about Cornstalk's curse, and Cornstalk's curse honestly added so much more to the Mothman story, because Cornstalk in his dying breath pretty much cursed the land and cursed any of the descendants that actually lived on the land because of them actually murdering his son in front of him. And then supposedly the story is because of the curse, Cornstalk actually is Mothman. He assumed the form of Mothman in order to actually wreak that curse upon the people that live there. It's just, and it's that's the museum. I will say the museum isn't like amazing, spectacular. It's one of those where it's a lot of clippings. It's some props from the movie. It goes over the full story. It actually talks about the book. It talks about the Silver Bridge. Like, I mean, it is actually really interesting. I learned a lot from it. So if you get a chance to go to the museum at all, I mean, you can actually literally see all of the information verbatim actually inside of it. It only take you about maybe 15-20 minutes to kind of walk around the whole thing. It's not that big. But if you've never gone in there before, definitely recommend it. But like I said, Saturday, Sunday, you're gonna be waiting to get in. It was just Mothman Festival was so much fun last year. It was like by far probably my favorite event that I went to. I don't know. I can sit here and just talk about it for forever.
I'm just sitting here jealous. I got nothing to add. I'm just jealous. There's nothing I can do about
it. Next thing I want to talk about is the seance playtesters. Do I have I think I had a picture of them. Aha, I do. The seance playtesters actually went out, and I'm so upset that I'm too poor and I cannot actually afford one of those possessed auras, because those possessed auras are amazing.
They look good, right? I mean, the Possessed Aura anyway, in any form, it's like his regular form, is such a beautiful card. I absolutely adore it. Like it looks really, really nice. There's some of the other play testers, in all honesty, aside from the Possessed Aura, actually stand out a bit more to me. Like they just look phenomenal with the silver borders. There's just some cards and some artwork that look really, really good. But yeah, we're lucky enough down here that one of our boys was a play tester, so we got some down here, and I think Maddie's running a tower next week, which there should be a couple of spots left. I don't know if anybody in the comments has seen it, but it's a good way to get a couple of cards as well.
That's actually how I ended up getting my Van Meter last time. Was
Yeah, I think you're in the seance one as well, right? I'm pretty sure I saw you get a couple of
100% I'm in
spots.
that one, man. There's no way. Like, I mean, first off, it's you're guaranteed a play tester from it. Like, it isn't just like a random chance of you not getting one or anything. Like, you're gonna get one.
Yeah.
It might not be a cool full hollow, but you're gonna get one, which is, I mean, again, there's only 72 of each. So it's still kind of cool.
I'll be back.
All right, yeah, no, you're good. And then on top of it too, I mean, I can't remember what it is, but what the percentages or anything like that, but they are donating money to the charity they always donate to, Beyond Blue. So I mean, it's 100%. It's a no-brainer for me. If you are interested and you do want to join it, I do believe there are a couple spots left. If you look in the description of the video, you can actually find a link to the TCG Island Facebook page, which I think we posted in there. I don't know if it's in Metazoo Nation, isn't it? I mean, you guys,
yeah,
I can't remember if Matt actually posted it in TCG Island or not. But if you go to the Metazoo Nation Facebook page, it's there. I know it's there. But yeah, like I was telling, I was like, you guys, I don't know what's the percentage you guys actually donate to Beyond Blue.
It varies. Okay.
But I know, I mean, that's one of the whole reasons you guys actually do these tower events like this.
Yeah. Everything we do is always a minimum of 10% anyway. But, it just depends on what it is. Some things we can obviously get a larger percentage based on whatever you get the product for. So with these towers, obviously, because our member that is the play tester or was the play tester, gets them for free, we've got a greater margin. So it's a good chunk of change. We're pushing for that 10 grand to our charity partner by the end of the year, and I think we'll get close.
Wow. How you're pushing 10 grand this year?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's awesome, dude. The next topic we have is the Metazoo wiki. There's a fandom page that actually was created, and it's metazoo.fandom.com, and it's an actual extensive wiki page. And for the life of me, I've been trying for the last hour. I can see his name in my head. I cannot remember the guy that actually created the wiki himself, but he put hours and hours and hours into this. Actually,
must have been Julian Assange.
Oh God, no. But he's put hours into this, updating different spell books and different the different sets, and it's definitely it's interesting. You want to go and check it out. It's killing me though that I've been trying to figure
Justice
out.
says Alex BC. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Yes, Alex BC, he's at Metazoo Discord. He actually started this wiki, and he went through, and like I said, I'm looking at it right now. And it has the different cards, it has different information about them, it has the seance deck, it has gameplay information, it has tribe pages. Like it's extensive. It's super awesome. It's a really good resource as well too. I mean, I'm gonna actually have to add that. I didn't think about adding that into the description, so I'll add that link into the description as well too.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, definitely go and check it out. And it is a good resource if you're trying to actually find information. I've actually seen some stuff. It's kind of cool. I've actually seen stuff populate in Google from questions that I've actually asked just Google. He's cool. Always trying to actually update it and things like that. Like I know he was actively, I think the other day he was asking around trying to find a full set list of what exactly was in, I think it was the native release event decks. So like he's working hard. But yeah, hats off. Well done. Thank you. And thank you, Justice and Hasbar too. And I apologize, Alex. I just could not for the life of me actually remember your name, man. But yeah, Metazoo Wiki, definitely go and check it out. Next thing we have going out for us is the Bronze Supporter medals were actually awarded in August as well too. I don't have an official number of how many that were actually given out, but it was, I want to say roughly
there's a few in the end.
It was a good 60, 75 or so, I want to say.
Because they also gave them to
MZOs.
MZOs. Mm-hmm. And then I think partners as well.
Oh, nice. So that was really awesome. I know a lot of them have actually started shipping. Not all of them have arrived, but there's a good majority of them that actually have arrived. So congratulations to everybody that was able to actually get one of those medals. I know that they what
I was going to say congratulations to you.
Oh well,
because you've just been awarded a silver medal.
That's what that we're going to talk about that. That's going to be September recap. But thank you. Yeah, I'm stoked, man.
No, we have to talk about that now. We're not going to acknowledge everybody else and not acknowledge you, man. It's absolutely massive. You get a bronze one as well, and a silver.
I just got the bronze one in like 2 days ago. I haven't actually even taken a picture to show it off. Yeah, but it has a cute little dingo on it. I love it. I think it's awesome. It's Saban actually is the one that did this one. I'm actually honestly really stoked about the silver because the silver has love on it, and you know I'm a sucker for love. Like I'm a sucker for love, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, there were. I want to say I think there were like 10 or 12 of us that actually were announced yesterday for the silver medal.
It was all YouTube creators, right?
I believe so. Well. Yes and no. I know Demon got it. Demon Fergus, I believe, but he's mostly TikTok and Instagram. So I don't. I'm not sure. I don't. And I see that's the thing. I'm not sure what the criteria is, and I don't know if we'll actually ever know. To be honest with you, what the criteria is for each of the medals.
I'm just hoping the criteria for gold is be a good bloke and, you know, do a bit of everything. And then hopefully
you're one of the best blokes out there, so you should get it. 100%. I will start that hashtag. Gold for Dean.
No. I'm just happy doing what we're doing, bro. It's just good to see Metazoo themselves acknowledging, you know, so many other people in the community that put in the time and the effort.
To quote Matt,
that's what it's about.
To quote Metazoo Nation Matt, there were a lot of legends actually in that list yesterday, and I was very honored to actually be a part of that list because there are a lot of really bigger names in the community and people that you know from all the content, the live streams, the stuff that like I mean Argos, Rusty.
There was no surprise there. So, there was no surprise. Like that when I saw that list, I was like, "Yep, that makes sense."
Yeah,
like. You know, there was no surprise. You included everybody on that list. You know them and you know what they do. You've watched their videos, you've watched their content. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. It means a lot. And like I said, I love you. I love this community. I love the support that we see that we're getting currently from Metazoo. Like, I feel like Metazoo's actually been more communicative, if I can use that word, recently.
I don't know if that is a word.
I don't think it is, but I'm going to use it anyways. I stand by it. I just appreciate the communication that we seem to be getting. Actually, like they're pushing certain people, and I'm not talking about myself, but they're pushing certain people that should be pushed like up. Like to actually showcased, and I love how often recently, for example, that they've been shouting out or promoting the Cotter Bros. I love the Cotter Bros. If you don't follow, if you're not a subscriber of the Cotter Bros, leave this stream right now, go to their channel and subscribe. Like that's how much I love those kids.
Yeah, they're the best, man. I actually just sent them my new playmat yesterday. I was chatting to David, the dad, and I was like, I love that they're using the old one, but I was like, you've got to see the new one. So, you know, I'll always support those young boys, man. It's so good to see. Absolutely love it. I watch all their content.
Yeah, this community that's what I can't wait for next week at Dark Tower because like
when is it? Is it next week?
16th, 17th. Yeah. Man, so I didn't get a chance to go to Flame, and like I talked about in the Earth Tower video, it's kind of like when you actually meet up with everybody, it's almost like no time has passed. It's a really weird effect. I don't know. Like I said, I love this community. I love the people in it. Next on our list is what? War playtesting signups happened.
Was that must have been right at the start of August?
I think so. I don't know I can't remember how long they were actually open for. I know there was a lot of new people that were interested in it. I just remember from the actual Discord Discord chat, there were a lot more people asking questions, how to sign up and things like that. I think it would be awesome to be a playtester, but I can't do it because if you're a playtester, you can't really make content, and I enjoy making content too much.
Yeah.
So, but I just wanted to. I mean, there's not really anything else we can really talk about when it comes to playtesting for War, except for that means that we probably should get War sometime in like mid-November to December, maybe.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be like end of November, start of December.
Nice.
Would be the timeline when, just based on how things have, like, timelines of product that we've already ordered and we're waiting on. I just sort of think that's probably when, like pre-orders maybe like mid-November, and then, you know, release early December or end of November, something like that. I hope.
Well, if they're starting playtesting, or if they at least started the application for playtesters, I would assume that by this point, because that was like first or second week of August, I think, they would have already had them locked, meaning that if they were to playtest for September and October, then that would be like end of November. So yeah, I don't know. I could see November, December, maybe we actually could get War. But again, this is all just speculation. Who knows how long it might take.
We love speculation.
Hey, that's what the channel's about. Theories.
That's what we do. Yeah.
I have a picture for this one. I'm really stoked actually about this. Mid-month, they were making a joke of like, oh, were you upset you actually missed the Flame Tower bundle? Well, check this out. Get yourself one of 4 Iowa Dragon chibis. And
yeah, man.
There are 4 different plushes. There's 4 different promos. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they said that if you ordered 4, you would get 1 of each. But if you ordered anything besides like an increment of 4, you would just get random ones.
Correct. That's what that is what we were told as partners anyway. So I ordered I think 6 sets of 4.
Oh, nice. Are you going to sell them as sets, or are you going to just sell them individually?
Oh, there's a couple of people that have requested sets, and then a couple of people only wanted individual ones. So, you know, it'll be a bit of both.
Okay.
It's one of those ones where I was like, all right, I want this set for myself. And then I just send out a message to a couple of my customers and friends and community members that I know might be interested, and not expecting anything. And then I go from 1 set to 6 like that. Just like, all right, well, I guess we'll, you know, break out the Amex. Let's go again. Bing, 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 bing.
You can't really see them all that well. I mean, I can't really because I'm looking at my phone. I really like the one that has the gold coin.
That seems to be the most popular from the people that obviously wanted them from me and only wanted 1. But I think I like the one on the far right where he's got like really dark eyes and like flame in his eyes. I reckon that one's kind of the coolest for me personally.
No, I can see that. Yeah, because the other 2, actually, you have the white clouds on both of those. I mean, you do have like the begging eyes. I don't know if that's what you would call them in that second one. It reminds me of like a dog begging for a treat. Like, please, I just want a treat. We don't have an expected ship date for those, I don't believe. But who knows? I would imagine that we'd probably get them sometime maybe in the next month or 2. It seemed, at least to me, at least the way that they were talking about them, it seemed like those they were already made or were being in the process of being made.
My understanding is they were in the process of being made, and we should probably see them shipping within 3 to 4 weeks from now. I reckon it'll be like fan art will ship, those will ship, legacy will ship in that order.
That's true. That's exactly kind of what I was thinking. Next on the list I have for us, and I don't know if I have pictures of these. I don't have pictures of these. Okay, that's fine, because I didn't get any of them. But it's the Metazoo van on the road. Texas Ted started the journey the first time of the van on the road, going from Texas to Long Beach, California. and then they were there for Long Beach, California for the Collecticon. And then this last week or so, 2 weeks, he's been on the trek back to Texas, actually from Long Beach. So I think there's 5 cards in like the first. I don't know if this is the first wave or volume 1 or whatever you want to call it of the promo packs, because they were giving out promo packs at the van.
So cool.
Whenever they stopped at any of these LGSs and such, like, which was really, really cool. Then I think there's 5 cards in total in the set, and I don't have any of them. I oddly enough, I want the Oga one. I don't know why, but Water Tower kind of really made me like that weird turtle dude.
Yeah, you're just an Ogwa fan.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know. It's so weird. He's so awkward, but yeah, I kind of want one, to be honest with you.
We miss you, Sino.
Yeah, so
just saw him comment.
But yeah, so I do believe, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they said that today was the last day of the first tour.
It's what I saw on Discord and Instagram and things like that. But maybe we need to build a bridge from North America to Australia so Ted can just cruise down the bridge and come drop off some stuff for us. That'd be great. Thankfully, I got a couple of packs coming from some friends, but yeah, it would have been cool just to hang out with Texas Ted, shoot the shit a bit. That'd be good fun.
Well, I see. That's the thing, though, is that I don't know if they're saying the volume 1 or like the first wave of Metazoo Van on the Road promo packs are done because of them coming back, or if it's just like this is the first time the van's gone out and then it's come home. So like I kind of hope, to be honest with you, because I would imagine that they're going to make some sort of trek from Texas to Mothman. I would imagine that van's going to be at Mothman Festival.
I'd imagine the van's going to be at like any convention where they're set up.
It might not be there, though. It might honestly be at Charlotte Collecticon, because
they
the
on the same time
is that same weekend.
That's
I'm just really excited that with either Mothman Festival or Charlotte Collecticon, and then Caster's Cup actually later in October, they're coming to the East Coast, because I want to show Texas Ted the Outer Banks. Like, that's, oh my God, I would love, come to the beach. Let's go. Plus, it would be really cool to actually have the Metazoo van actually parked out in front of Super Galactic. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Plus I could take Ted out to dinner. Like, it'd be great. Can't wait. I got to come to the East Coast. I don't know when that's going to happen, because I know it's going to be a really, really busy month and a half between Mothman Festival, the Charlotte Collecticon that same weekend, Caster's Cup, like literally 3-4 weeks after Dark Tower ends. So there's not going to be a lot of like downtime. So, because on that same notion, Mike and Andy at some point are supposed to actually do an LGS tour. They've been talking about that for the last year or two. So
that's going to be tough, though. Like, Mike's obviously working on story, IP, branding, etc. Andy's obviously running the day-to-day product and getting all that out. So I wouldn't hold your breath. As good as it would be to have the boys out on the road, it then takes them away from everything else that we want, Yeah,
that's true. No, that's super true.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. That actually, it's funny, because the next thing I want to talk about, and it's just a one-off.
Is cake? You want to talk about cake?
Metazoo's actually hiring. They actually were hiring an artist for the first time in over a year. Mid-August, they actually set up an announcement actually talking about we need a new artist. I believe it was specific. It was more specifically for the manga, which we didn't really know at that point kind of what.
I can give you a scoop on that if you want.
Go for it.
It's not me.
Oh, you got me. You got me. I was ready for it. I was like, ooh, okay.
Man, okay. I can't even draw a stick figure straight. It's definitely not going to be me. I would assume that because didn't Mike just drop some manga style comic strip artwork in the Discord the other day?
Yes, and that's actually
Who
what
did that art?
we're talking about next.
Was there an artist signature or anything on that? I didn't actually look for anything like that.
No, I could only get 2 of the panels to actually. This is one of the ones that they released a couple weeks ago, I believe. Okay. And this, I believe, is at the top. I think it's Adam, and this is the point in the comic where Adam was basically, in essence, dispelling the beasties from the bullies that were attacking Sam. Mm-hmm. We did get this though, and this I'm in love with because this is one of the most iconic scenes in the comic, and it's when Sam actually makes a decision that he's going to leave the house at that night because he wants to go and keep investigating the spirits that keep appearing in the woods that shouldn't be there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, it is Afton. Okay, I thought it was. We know that Afton did this, but we don't really know much about any of the other. They've shown us two other images. One was of right at the beginning of the comic with with Indrid Cold talking to Mothman the first time he was there, basically saying basically I can't remember what the actual line is, but it was right when he actually sees Mothman for the first time at the beginning of chapter 1. Yeah. And then I can't remember what the 4th actual panel was. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the manga is that we'll get more of a tease at New York Comic Con. I don't believe this is actually replacing the book either, which is really exciting. Because that means that we'll still have the book that will go into all of that detail. But I really love the idea of them reimagining the comic in a manga style, especially if they can pump it out quick enough, or if they can actually make enough of it to where it is like, let's say they release the manga in New York Comic Con, and it's the entirety of the first book, because we already know that Cryptid Nation, the storyline is going to be broken into 3 different books. So it'd be cool if it was like just the first book, and then when the second book came out, they did the second one. Like, I would love that. And again, like Metazoo saying, I just need lore. I need more of this story.
I'm with him.
Like I need more of this story. Like I cannot wait to deep dive into the literal text of the book or the manga or the eventual TV show or shorts or anything like that. I cannot wait. So yeah, super excited about that manga. And again, I mean,
super excited to know who that new artist is. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Afton killed it though. Like, if it's going to be like this, I can see the manga having more of an impact than the comics ever did. Like, it's because of the oh god, I can't wait, cannot wait.
Love it.
And okay, this is kind of going back to something we briefly talked about. The fan art. We got a fan art update for the fan art blisters, and according to Andy, there was I think it was the size of the booster pack or something was off, and so because of them having to take a couple extra weeks in order to get everything figured out, processed, and shipped out, every booster pack is going to have an extra card in it.
Because I think it was originally meant to be 2 booster packs with like 3 or 4 cards in each one in the blister. So I don't know what that's going to look like now.
So they're saying that every booster pack is going to have an extra card. So like that, they're giving us extra because of having to actually wait a couple extra weeks actually for those fan art blisters. I'm interested. I especially if it is just as random almost, I feel, as the original fan art blisters, because you could open.
That was so much fun.
You could open up one of those and it'd be literally a god pack almost in essence. Like, so,
or an aura pack. It was like, you know, one or the other. Mind you, I think the water aura for fan art ended up being the hardest card for me to actually find. Really? I would pull more and more hollows than I could, and then I couldn't find the water aura. It was the last one that I needed to finish the set. And I know a couple other people that have only like that card to go.
Oh, really? That's crazy. I'm excited. I've only been able to open like maybe 4 or 5 fan art blisters from the original 2021 competition. Yeah, but I mean, I got some really good ones, and the packs that I opened actually were banging. Like I pulled 2 Bloody Marys, a Crosswick Monster. Like I mean, I've always had a holo in the packs that I've opened, but I didn't only got to get like 5 or so. But I'm stoked.
I'm so excited.
I ordered a good amount of these guys, so I'm like, I need some of that art too.
I think I ordered too many. I ordered a whole case. So it's 100. Hey. I think it's 144 blisters later, so we'll see how we go.
Hey, you can never have too many. You can never have.
You can never have too many.
Did I actually? I think I uploaded this. I did. Okay, so this I'm excited to talk about this. And we're not going to go too much in detail because strategy stuff like that. But
let's do it. Let's put the strategies out there.
They gave us the Dark Tower Terras and the fourth wall effects, and then the additional page effects as well too. And it is a whopper. City, Dusk, Farm, Full Moon, and Nighttime are always active. But the kicker is that they only have a 1 Terra bonus. There's no 3 times Terra bonus this time.
Which means it's just standard bonus, right? There's no extra. Yeah, it's just
no extra. It is. Now, these fourth wall effects are crazy. It is the month of October. You hear real coyotes howling at night. A real wooden canoe is within eyesight. A real sentry box is within eyesight. A real preserved corpse is within eyesight. You're in a woodland at night. You're in the Great Smoky Mountains. You are playing by a real church, and you are within 1 mile of a human-made tunnel. Now, to top it all off, pages named Mothman enter the arena awakened. That means that Mothman is affected, but Chibi Mothman is not. And because they're legitimately crazy, Black Mass will always bookmark 4, regardless of how many beasties you destroy. Meaning, you can literally play it, destroy none, and draw 4 cards.
I love towers. Towers.
They made the native Wendigo active to where it has first strike and infectious. What else did they? Halloween is active, meaning that All Hallows Eve actually works. Chibi Witches can get their whenever they actually deal damage to an opposing caster, you can discard a card. You make them discard a card at random.
Yep.
The preserved corpse that actually makes Charnel House Visit be able to bookmark 2 on top of being able to bring a beastie back from your hand.
It's wild, man. It's gonna be the best one. Yeah, I've been saying because I can't go. I'm gonna be sitting on Twitch that whole weekend and just watching because there's actually a lot of different sort of decks or combos or way it could go.
Yeah.
And I'm keen to find out which one actually ends up being the best because there's like 3 or 4 that I'm like, these are all phenomenal. Like these are all really viable options.
It's in my opinion, I actually messaged Andy about this because I was like, I had to tell him. This, in my opinion, is what towers should be. You have the Terras active. There doesn't have to be, and you can, if you want to, every now and then change it to 2 to 3, 5, whatever you want to do with the multiplier. Yeah. But the active fourth walls and then the additional page effects that are active, like this is top tier tournament right here. It opens up, like you said, so many different possibilities for builds for decks. You could go just with straight witches. You could go with Chibi Wendigo into Wendigo, using most of them. You could go with Chibi Mothman into Mothman. You could still go actually
just Mothman into Mothman. Yeah, and the Rebobs.
There's so many. There's so many different. I mean, what is it? The church goblin actually is super viable in this, especially since I mean we're playing in a church, but I mean it was already active by you playing.
And I'm sure people will be playing Stickmen. I'm positive.
Stickman, I mean Bunnyman actually could see a lot of play
Stickman's
too.
Stickman's like the only way to try and slow down almost any game with how powerful some of these deck builds are going to be.
Man, I cannot wait. I can't wait to actually see if I get my invitation. I want to play so bad. I've actually, this is the first tower that I have.
So what do you have to do? You have to sign up, and then they're gonna obviously. Did they say how many players they'll actually?
They did not.
Select?
They did not actually say how many players they were going to cap it at. They did the signups for Dark Tower were at the beginning of the month. But I know that because of that, but they lasted the entirety of the month. And I know there were a lot of people. I feel like there were the majority of the people actually that signed up for it had qualifiers towards the later part of the month. I'm pretty sure that at Collecticon they had a tournament, and I'm pretty sure that was a qualifier for Dark Tower because all you have to do is just play in a sanctioned event. But so I feel like we'll probably get invitations sent out by the end of this week. And they kind of, I mean, I feel it would have to be by the. I feel like probably tomorrow,
at least
or
a week
Friday.
out.
I would,
at least a week out,
tomorrow or Friday. And yeah, I'm hoping I get to compete because this. Oh my god, I've had a ton of fun. Like huge shout out to Jared over at Super Galactic because he's play tested a ton with me.
In the off chance that you don't get to compete, though, this is a content creation gold mine. Like,
I'm still going, and for other things that we haven't talked about yet. I'm still going for other reasons we haven't even talked about yet. Mainly one, the online client. I can't remember what was our list. Where's our list? Is that on our list?
It's on there. It's
later on in our list. It's later on in our list. It's on there. But yeah, no, this is the first. I mean, besides Water Tower was amazing. I want to play in Dark Tower. My goal is to make it to day 2 at least. Like, and I don't know. I want to play. I want to play so bad.
You can do it.
But I hope, like I said, I'm hoping we actually get invitations sent out probably tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, and I don't know if we talked about this at all last month. But NFTina, did we talk about the NFTs or anything last month? Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, so they introduced a new mascot. Oh, that's kind of cool. It actually does it without the blocking thing. This is NFTina. Tina is basically the mascot for, I guess, moving forward for all of the Metazoo NFTs. About midway through the month or so, they put up the redemption actually for the PFP redemption cards that actually came with the PFP boxes. And you had a week in order to actually redeem it. They only gave a week. They were very clear and they vocal about that. You only have a week to redeem these. And so everybody that did ended up getting one of those NFTinas. Pretty much it's just a cat.
Little kitty. Lightning bolt kitty, yeah.
A little bit of backstory about her. We don't know much, but she is a cryptid that started to appear, and she can manipulate or infect mechanical devices, specifically ones that are connected to the internet. We don't know when they'll basically, I don't want to say hatch or transform or whatever, because the theory right now is that NFTina has infected the mainframe and in essence taken over all of the PFPs, made them look like her, and eventually the Cryptid Busters are on the scene. They've been battling with NFTina for the last 2 weeks or so, trying to see if they can actually expunge her from the system, from the mainframe. Which actually brings me to the next thing was they released basically if you own one of the NFTs, one of the PFP 2.0, you could actually buy this new booster pack or so. It's basically a precursor. The way it was explained is it's a precursor to a larger set later on. But these are cards that are exclusive to just the NFT PFP packs. I think once you actually use the discount with the NFT, I think they ended up being like $8 each or so. I don't remember how many. I don't remember how many you were able to claim per one. I only bought.
I think it was
somebody 10. Said 20.
10 or 20. It's 10 or 20.
That's insane. I only bought a handful of them. I think I bought like maybe 8.
I think I bought 10. Well, I think I bought 10. I told Matt to buy 10. I don't know if we actually did or not.
But yeah, so I'm interested to see those packs. I don't know if they'll actually correlate, because I know we did talk about this last time. I don't know if they'll correlate with the UFO mini 4-card set that came out last month.
Man, that's something I'm excited for, right? Because that was like 2 little spoilers
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they dropped it, and then it disappeared, and it's like, all right. I'm like, well, you know, where are they? Like, I can't. I actually can't wait to find out what they are.
I hope that some of those cards actually finally let us crack the UFO code, because I
think that's the road they're going down.
Well, it's going to be the road they're going down. We don't even have the cipher to be like. I've tried everything to crack that code, and like runes and glyphs and constellations and sigils, actually, from like the Book of Solomon, stuff like. I've tried everything, and I cannot find anything that will fit it completely. You've gone hard. I'm fully convinced we don't have the cipher, and I'm hoping that they give us something, even if it's half of one, and we have to figure out the rest of it. That's fine, but just something, some sort of clue. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with the NFTina packs or so, or that I don't know if you can still buy them or not. They were only up for a couple days, for like I want to say a week or so.
I feel like they're up till tomorrow.
Okay. I
don't know. I could be wrong.
Of the announcement, just go to the Metazoo Discord. If you're watching this basically today on Wednesday, September 6th, and you can find the link to actually go in and purchase those.
I know they were still available like 2 days ago when I was chatting to Matt, and I was like, oh yeah, let's just get 10 each. But like I said, whether we did or not, I don't know, because I haven't sent him any money yet. So
I know that Long Beach Collecticon actually took place during the month of. Do I not have? There we go. During the month of August, that I couldn't go. Of course, it's on the other side of the country. They did actually hold a tournament as well, and the promo actually for the Long Beach Collecticon was this bad boy, and I need that in my life.
So that's Sam, like he's got like blood, like a punched nose and like blood on his lip, right? Like after he's just been beaten up and bullied.
Yeah. That's the point in the comic where he Ben, they did it during the live. They sent him out during the live.
Quick, check. Can you check?
I can't. I'm using my phone to do it. I can't. Anyway,
where's Chelsea? Chelsea, quick, come downstairs. Bring your phone.
This is the point in the comic where Sam is actually getting beaten up by the 3 bullies. Right before Adam shows up, like right here, and dispels the actual beasties. And
Adam's a badass, man.
Adam's such a badass. Oh my god,
I love him. I like Adam.
He's, in my opinion, I think he's one of the stronger casters.
He's cool.
He's cool. I think he has the ability. I think he has the potential to be one of the strongest casters ever. So yeah, and it's really cool too. And again, if you get a chance to go and actually look at it, because you can scroll in and you can actually see that behind him is a picture of the Metazoo logo. You also have, I believe that's what's his face, Hero, the protector of Unity City.
Yeah.
I need one of those. I need one of those bad boys in my life.
Yeah. I haven't picked one of those up yet, but I've got all the other ones so far from the Collecticon this year. That one with the Mothman just arrived the other day. Oh my god.
It's amazing. That's one of my favorite cards, dude.
See, at least you get to enjoy them, right? They come to me, and I just like prep them for grading and send them straight off. And I don't see them for like 3 or 4 months.
I should send half of this stuff to get graded.
No, you're doing it the right way. Enjoy it for a little while, and then send it off when something else takes your attention. Because I send it off straight away, and then by the time it comes back, I'm already focused on something else. So it just gets added to the vault, and I'll see you next time.
I'm not sure how much they're going for in Australian dollars, but I know that the Sam promo in the US right now is going for between 30 and 40 bucks. And then
I've seen it for about 30 bucks, which is about 50 bucks Australian.
Okay.
That's not too bad. So it's about on par.
It's still relatively cheap. And I would say that as it goes on, especially since all of the different promos this summer have all been Sam focused. I would say if anyone is interested in getting one of them, they should pick one up sooner rather than later, because especially with the manga, the book, and everything like that, I feel that the one from Long Beach is one of the more iconic ones, because it is straight from the comic. It is straight from the manga. Very similar to the first one. If I have it, I thought I had it. Yeah, so similar to the first one, where it's him playing baseball.
Yep, love that.
Like that's a very, very iconic moment. And I mean, I say that, and for all I know,
isn't that Mothman in the background?
Yeah, that's Mothman right before. If you look up by the sun, that's Mothman before. The veil. That's literally minutes before the veil shattered.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could find out once we get the book, once we get the manga and stuff like that, that this actually is one of the more iconic moments. I do think that they are showing us important phases or important moments of Sam's journey. Totally. That's what I think these promos are. I think that we will eventually be able to pinpoint specifically, like, oh, that's the one thing that kind of just always and I know I'm getting off topic here, but the one thing that's kind of
that's good,
it's made me interested is the, I can't remember, this is the Dallas one, I think
that was the second one.
I think this might be the Dallas one, I can't remember, but it's Sam with Lucy, and he actually has a snipe on his head, and that might be like when I interviewed Mike earlier this year, he talked about how there were going to be differences between the OG comic and the book. And that might be one of the differences, is that yes, the first beastie that Sam contracted was Dingbell. He might actually have gotten a snipe, or that actually might have been what Love gave him instead of the Squanch Poncho. Like, I don't know. Again, like Metazoo said earlier, I need more lore. More lore.
More lore.
More lore. All right. The next thing is actually one of the biggest things, I think, Metazoo wise in months, and it's the online client teas. Yes, everything about it. We've only been able to see one picture of the UI. We've seen I think Andy showed us one clip of like half of a crafting thing. I have a video on the channel with a full breakdown of everything we know. There's a couple like new information that I want to kind of I want to do a little bit more dive in. Like Andy had talked about how originally the client will be in English, but they are going to work towards actually bring it into other languages. They did confirm there is a crafting mechanic of some sort, and he didn't outright say it, but I do believe one of the bigger fears with people was like, well, how do I get the iconic cards like Chaos Crystal, things like that? I think those are actually going to come in pre-constructed decks, like a starter deck almost. But it's honestly, it's beautiful. I can't wait for Dark Tower, because they're actually going to show it off for the first time. I have asked if I could have a press pass in order to like demo it. I would love beta test it and potentially maybe stream it while I'm beta testing it. But it's going to be, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to like overhype it or anything, but in my opinion, it's going to be revolutionary. The one thing that the one thing, honestly, I think that would grow the franchise the biggest and the quickest, besides a TV show, is an easy to use online matchmaking client.
Totally, 100%.
Like if I can pick up my phone and play a match real quick, right? That it's going to be huge, because it's one of those where like that you off the top of your head, you could probably name at least 5 people right now that play TCGs that you've wanted to introduce to Metazoo, but they aren't really that big of a collector. And literally this right here is like, hey, just check it out. Just play the tutorial. See if it's something you want to do.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get code cards are actually going to be in Legacy for the first time, and we're going to get Cryptid Nation through Legacy. Once War comes out, though, it's only going to be War code cards, and then same thing going forward after that. 7Cs only 7Cs code cards. SCP only SCP code cards. I talk about this a little bit in the video breakdown I did. My theory is I'm speculating that you probably will see those Cryptid Nation to Legacy code cards, though, for at least 2 to 3 years in various random products. Think like an extra code card in one of the Target 3-pack blisters. Or think of randomly inserted code cards in marketplace orders. Things like that. That would also allow newer players over the next 2-3 years, with the substantial growth that this and the show and the manga and the book will bring. It would also allow the Asian market, the Japanese market, to actually be able to get those code cards as well. Because like that's the next thing I want to talk about is Legacy actually is going to be printed in Japanese.
Crazy, right?
I had no idea they were going to do this.
Me either.
Until they announced.
Me either. We actually discussed it on the most recent MZN podcast episode as well. It's in some depth.
It's like 6 months earlier than we anticipated, because originally and this right here, by the way, in case you don't know, this is Flatwoods Monster. But they had said that they were going to print Yokai was going to be in Japanese, but they had never said anything about any of the other sets leading up to Yokai. It's always been assumed that Yokai was going to be the first one, and for them
that makes sense, because it's the first time we're trying to draw in a different culture, a different country based on their stories, on their cryptids, on their yokai, you know. So I was surprised. I said it on our podcast and I'll say it on yours. It kind of caught me off guard. But I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I'll definitely be buying, Japanese printed product, just like I've bought English printed product. But yeah, I had assumed it would have happened, after Yokai but obviously the Hello Kitty collab was massive. So you can only assume that it's making some form of wave in that community, which obviously extends to Japan. So they always make educated decisions. They wouldn't have done it for no reason. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's awesome.
Well, and again, one of the guys that actually brought Sanrio to product, he's on the Metazoo board, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's right. One of the reasons why I think the Sanrio partnership went off so well, and it blew all expectations out of the water. Like nobody was expecting SDCC to play out the way that it did.
I told you at the start, I'm just collecting the set now, and it's costing me an absolute fortune.
I bet. So, I mean, those cards are easily $300 to $700 each.
Yeah, and they're cute. I love them.
That's USD. That's USD. That's not. I mean, you have to pay a little bit more because of the conversion into Australian dollars. So that's double. USD. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I'm like, nah, no. I'll leave the Hello. I'll get the other Hello Kitty stuff.
Yeah, Harley just popped in the chat. Harley's here as well. Congrats on your silver medal too, brother.
Hey, what's up, Harley? Congrats, man.
Another silver medalist.
I'm really excited though that they're printing Legacy in Japanese, because again, it is 6 to 9 months earlier than we anticipated. It also is going to allow that market to have some of the core cards. I know they're not reprinting specific ones like Chaos Crystal, things like that. But it would allow them to get some of the staple beasties that are either being reprinted or being introduced. So
I think that's the idea behind it. That has to be the reason why, because otherwise it makes no sense, in all honesty. Like why would you just print a set in Japanese when we haven't technically pushed the boundary and broken into that market yet? So obviously they're doing it so the Japanese can come back at a later date and have access to that product because it's already printed and they don't have to go and reprint it, a year down the track. So that's sort of where I got to after meandering through all of my thoughts and, weighing up business and this, that, like that's sort of why I think they've done it as well, is so that they do have access to some of the CM block cards in their language.
The other big brain move as well too is that it introduces Metazoo to that market months before Yokai. So even if there isn't, like, let's say, a lot of traction in the Japanese market with Legacy or War, as soon as we get to Yokai, they're not starting from scratch being like, hey, look, we're a new IP. It's like, hey, look, this is our next block that's based off of your stuff. And so I say big brain move because they're laying that groundwork now 6 to 9 months before Yokai. So as soon as Yokai hits, they can just boom start sprinting.
And you would assume that all this has been advised, or at least discussed with Craig from Sanrio, who knows that market. So regardless of sort of what we may think are our opinions, like I said, it would be a very educated and thought out decision for why they're doing it. Even though, nobody's turned around and gone, oh, I expected that. It's going to be cool. Like I said, I'm going to have to do 2 sets, one in English, one in Japanese. It is what it is, man.
Depends on how hard it is to get the Japanese cards. I don't know. I would see, that's the thing. I'm interested to see if they're going to be printed in the same spot that they print the English cards, or if they're going to be actually printed elsewhere. So
I would assume the same spot.
Okay.
I would assume. Same spot, same time, different language.
Oh, like finish one, then they just switch over to the other one? I guess that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. Print all your English stuff, change the plate, print all your Japanese stuff, ship.
Ship.
That's the way I would assume.
So yeah, anyway, it's just I'm excited. That was a nice little twist. I feel that they kind of threw us in
super
again,
cool.
Especially with the online client coming out and everything like that too, because that means that there will be code cards in Legacy booster packs, and that wasn't explicitly just English packs. Like, I'm assuming that means that there's going to be code cards in the Japanese Legacy packs as well too. And I wish I could find the screenshot, but Andy actually listed the languages in order that they wanted the online client to work for. I know English was number 1, like it's the main focus, but I want to say Japanese was like number 2 or 3, which that's again big brain move, laying that groundwork 6-9 months before Yokai. I'm so excited to actually see where that leads.
I've landed on the same opinion.
Next thing on the list is I just wanted to congratulate Lily on having her chibi. That happened in the month of August, so congratulations.
I heard his name is Dean, I believe.
Is it really?
I don't know. I didn't even know if it was a girl or a boy. I have zero clue.
Cool. That's cool. But yeah, congratulations, Lily. Next, this one is really interesting, and I know it kind of threw the community for a loop for about a good couple of hours. I'm really interested to find out more information on it.
Totally.
But Andy teased the idea of holding Caster Cup qualifiers on the online client. And I'll be honest, I'm not opposed to it. I honestly think if the app is working 100%, that might be a way to go, especially with how expensive New York Comic Con tickets are. But there would need to be some way of uploading a spell book from the MPN into the online client. Even if it's just like if it's like a separate room or something that you have to enter. Like I don't know. I am all about it as long as it's you can upload your own deck. Because that's the thing with the online client is that you're going to be limited for the most part to the cards that you either craft or open up in booster packs, or I believe the starter deck that you actually get. So that it wouldn't be fair if you're just limited off to that. Because it'd be like, I got my starter deck in a booster pack. And yeah. But if you can somehow load a deck on the MPN and then transfer that over to the online client to use, I think it's brilliant. I think it'd be really cool if Metazoo actually went ahead and purchased like 32 tickets to the con for the top 32 or whatever. Because we don't really know how that we don't really know, honestly, if you have to have a con ticket to get access to Caster's Cup, or if you'll be able to actually get, as far as I was aware last time, you'd be able to buy a Caster's Cup ticket, but I know it's happening at the Javits Center. So I don't know. I just would hope that they would supply top 32, especially if they use the app. They would supply a top 32 with entry if entry was required to the con to compete in it.
I dare say that would more than likely happen. I'd almost say in full confidence that'd probably happen.
Okay.
Especially if you're limiting it to just the top cut, you know, your top 32 on day one, your top 8 in the morning on day 2, or something like that. You know, I think you're probably on the money.
Okay. And I get why Metazoo wants to have it there still too. I mean, it's the exposure. It's like one of the biggest. It's the second largest con in the country, with San Diego Comic-Con being number 1. And I mean, it's going to be huge actually having the biggest Metazoo tournament at New York Comic-Con. So I don't know. I'm interested to, like I said, actually see the app. Again, hopefully I'll actually be able to get one of the press passes at Dark Tower to be able to actually check it out, do the demo. I really want to actually be a beta tester. From what I've seen, it actually looks like they've flushed out a lot of stuff. I love the idea that they want to include new players, people that don't know how to play the game, people that don't know how to play TCGs in general, into the beta testing, because those are the people you need to focus on, because that's going to be 95% of the people that end up using this app are going to be people who've never heard of Metazoo before, have never played a single game. And so if the app is working by mid-October, 100%, I'm behind them actually using the app for some sort of qualifier.
Yeah, I'm excited for everybody else to see it at Dark Tower. I think I think they'll like it. I think they'll like it.
Well, it's funny because Andy was actually going to show off more, and then I'm pretty sure he took the mentality. He took the idea. He was like, you know what? It might be more fun to not show you guys anything and just let the content creators, the press people, actually show you when they make their content. And everybody's like, no, because this was like 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping I get. I'm hoping I get one of those press passes. All right, what else do we got on there? I don't really have anything on this, but I wanted to show it because it was one of the announcements. But Mike actually just showed us this with the eye emoji. I don't know. I'm interested to see what this is, where it goes, I guess.
Yeah, well, I've been, being from Australia, I don't even know where any of that is. So I was like, oh, yeah, this is cool.
I'm not sure. I see like Rocky Mount, which I think that's like Rocky Mount, North Carolina, down there at the bottom. So I don't know. I'm interested to actually see what that is. I don't really have any speculation on it though, to be honest with you. Just because I don't know. There's so much stuff out there right now with the book, the manga, the show, the online client. Like I don't know. So I just wanted to show it though because it definitely looked interesting, and we'll actually find out more information, I guess, as we move forward with it. Oh, Alec is actually saying it is West Virginia. Metazoo lore discussion for Mike. Ooh, yes. We need another Metazoo lore hour. Let's do that.
Yeah. Or even just an AMA. It's been a minute, right? Like,
right?
We haven't had
like, Metazoo hour proper in a minute. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Last thing I have on there, and yes, it technically was shown September 1st, but whatever, I'm including it. We'll talk about it next month as well, too. But it's the native 3-pack blisters. I'm assuming these are going to be at Target like the last ones were. Not entirely sure, though. They never actually specified exactly where these would be. I do, though, really like, and I hope that's how they are when they actually go on shelves. I like that the promo is hidden, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. Top tier stuff, in my opinion. Because that way, like with the tarots, for example, people were going in buying all the deaths or all the frogs or stuff like that. Like, if they would have been flipped around, you would have no idea what it is. Plus, it adds a little bit of that extra spice to the opening, I guess.
Yeah, totally agree. Learning experience, right? You know,
right?
Growth.
But yeah, that's all I had on the list. I don't really have anything.
It's a long list, though. I mean, you know, we said we have to keep it under 2 hours because sometimes they blow out. And at this time, you kept it under an hour and a half. Like, smashed through
look at
it.
that.
Absolutely smashed through it. So, you know, I am keen to sort of keen to see, you know, how everything sort of pans out. With the, I'm really intrigued to see, you know, around the supporter medals, like the silver supporter medals, you know, the gold supporter medals. You know, it's just, I just enjoy supporting supporters. So, like, it's exciting when you see an announcement, you're like, awesome, people have been recognized, can't wait to get around them. Like, that's exciting. So that'll be cool to see, because I didn't actually anticipate he would be doing silver medals anytime soon. Thought it'd be bronze, and then a little bit later silver, and then one day somebody would get a gold. But like, the silver to pop off that quick, I was like, oh, cool, how exciting.
I was at work last night and my phone started blowing up. I'm like, what is going on? And I looked down and there's like 30 odd like notifications on Discord or something. And like, yeah, like I had no clue that they were actually even going to be doing anything with the silver ones. I thought it was going to be bronze all the way up to Dark Tower. So yeah. I don't know. I am very excited though. And this isn't just because I actually got the silver. I'm very excited to actually see them going out though, or actually being given out, because God, the supporter medals were something that they teased us with last summer. I want to say
like months ago.
And I honestly I had forgotten completely about them, because I think originally they were supposed to be Discord supporter medals.
That was the way that it was sort of teased or looked like, because I remember they did that. And then you start seeing everybody on Discord, like all of a sudden, all these people are commenting like every day or posting something every day. It's like, oh yeah, okay. So that's, you know, you see like this uplift, this instant uplift, and like what's going on. And you
go into the Fork channel
you saw it. You saw it on, man. You saw it on Instagram with the bronze ones when he announced it. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, look at all these Instagram posts. Like, it just went crazy. Like it's good. It's good. More content, the better. The more people doing it, creating it, enjoying it, and spreading it, the better. But it is a little chuckle, you know, when they announce something, you just see this automatic uplift. You're like, hee.
Well, what you're doing. The same thing actually happened too, if you remember, with when they were trying to, what was it, a couple months ago, when they it was invite people to the Discord, and whoever invites the most gets this or whatever. And I saw a lot of influx of invites actually into the actual Metazoo Discord as well too after that. So you're right. It's kind of funny.
I guess that one's a bit more acceptable though, because that's all you can do. Is that they're like, hey, they're like, invite people and we'll give you this. You know.
Hey, I mean, I'm all about anybody and everybody making Metazoo content, covering this game, this
100%.
franchise, however you want, whether it's with lore, the products, the gameplay, like the secondary market, the NFT market, whatever your forte is, cover it, make the content. The people want it. The people want to watch it.
Totally.
So yeah,
I will watch it, like it, love it. My wife's always like, how many cards on Instagram can you like? I'm like, I'll just keep liking until there's no more red hearts. I'm like, I'll just keep going until I can't like anymore.
Pretty much. But yeah, if nobody has any questions or any comments or anything like that, we might actually end it. Look at that. We'll actually end it under an hour and a half. That's the first. Look at us being professional and productive.
I know. It's good. It's good. It's good. I mean, like we said, there was a lot of topics, but a lot of, like I wish I could talk more on the client, but I can't. So like that, it's a lot shorter than it could be.
There were a lot of announcements, but not a lot of information followed up on those announcements. That probably a lot of what we just talked about on that list we'll probably revisit in the September breakdown. Just because, I mean, I like that personally. I like that they give us something, but then they don't actually give us any of the info, at least recently, until it's solid. Actually, again, like with the online client, actually holding off to actually find out more about it, or going back to the disclosure packs. Like, I can't wait to actually see those disclosure packs.
Yes.
And like, I love that they haven't even mentioned them pretty much since. Like, I don't know. I like how they're playing it right now. I like how last month I felt we got so much information actually specifically from like Mike and Andy personally. Like last month, I felt a really, really, really good month. But yeah, that's all I got. I can't think of anything else.
Nah, I reckon that's it, man. We're right on an hour and a half. It's perfect. It's the middle of the day for me, so I got to go back to work after this. So,
it's 10:30 p.m. my time.
These work well. For me. An hour and a half. You can slot it into a meeting.
Well, I hope to actually see everybody at Dark Tower next week, actually, the 16th, 17th in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I'm gonna anxiously check my email to see if I got the invite. Congratulations to everybody that actually did. But yeah, I love Metazoo. I love this story. I love this community. I love you, Dean. And
I love you, Rob.
But I could just sit here and just talk for hours though. But you guys are all amazing though. Once again, my name is Turmentic. We will be back next Wednesday with another episode of Let's Talk Metazoo. And we will see you then. And then, like I said, I'll see you at Dark Tower if you're going to be there. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night.
Peace.